everyone. I hope this finds you all healthy and happy. And I'm here today to finally do a journal page using my prompt cards. Yay! It only took me this long, but I'm finally here and I'm finally going to do it, and it's going to be so fun. I've been wanting to do this this project for a long time, and my life and work and everything just gets in the way of my crafting. It's so inconvenient. But anyway, I have here in front of me my lovely, lovely, lovely journal that my dear friend Rosa, who is Color Explosion by Rosa on YouTube, and I will put the link to her channel in the description box below, and she so very graciously gifted me this journal which has some of her amazing art in it, and I've flipped through this before. But what she has also done, and she wrote me a little letter along with this journal, and what she told me in the letter was that she gessoed some blank pages for me. You can see the one here, and she gessoed those pages for me so that I could put my art in along with hers in this journal. And so that's what I'm going to do, because my prompt cards are from all of my wonderful subbies who I consider my crafty friends. And over the years now, there have been so many wonderful people that I've met and wonderful friends. So I'm going to put my first prompt card from my friends piece in this journal that is my friend's journal. Rosa said in her letter, that the reason she left blank pages was because it doesn't make sense to have a friend journal if both friends don't add to the journal. So I'm going to remove one of these pages and work on that, and what I'll do is put it in fast forward, because you all know I am snail slow. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to draw. Now my challenge required that that folks send me 2 prompt cards that they had decorated in their own style, in their own way. And because some of them were, different sizes, I couldn't put them just in an index card box. I didn't want to alter them or do anything to them. And sorry about the rustling. I hope you can hear me. That you're about ready to kill me. But anyway, so what I've done is I've put them all in this bag, and I'm going to draw out, I think what I'm going to do is draw out 6 prompt cards. And I'm going to just draw them all out at one time, and then as I go and as I use them, I will show them to you on the screen so that you can see which one I'm working on. And it should all be pretty self-explanatory. If not, I'll put captions or I will do a voiceover, but I will get back to you in the end. But right now, what I'm going to do is I put them in this bag, obviously, and I'm going to just reach in and I'm going to draw out 6 cards, and I'm hoping that I can tell who they're from when I draw them out. Okay. This first one is from Maggie Lockley, and she says, add some watercolor paints. So that's my first card. Okay, let me grab another one here. Okay, and the second, do I have 2? Oh, I have 2 and 3 here. So this one is from Crafty Grandma, and it says, pick your favorite song, incorporate the title into your artwork. So that's my number 2. And here's number 3, because I pulled them both out at the same time. This one, oh my goodness, I can't remember who sent me this beautiful card. Oh, please yell at me and tell me who you are. Oh, this is from Ina. Oh, thank you. Your name's on here. Yay. This was from Ina Salisbury. And I will try to put the links to the folks who sent me the cards in the description box below as well. And this prompt says use a credit card to make marks. So that's number 3. Yep, number 3. I'm going to grab another one here. Let's go over on this side. Okay, whoops. Keep grabbing 2. Okay, and this one, oh, that's just a blank index card. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I didn't even know that was in there. I was probably using it as a divider. I mean, I do have these in a little box, but I can't close the lid, and I wouldn't be able to draw out, you know. Okay, I got 2 more again, so I will put that one aside. This one says add texture with fabric of any kind, and this is from Nanna at It's Nanna's Place on YouTube, and I will put a link to her channel below as well. Add texture with fabric of any kind. So that's, how many do I have now? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this is number 5. This is another one from Nanna, so I'm going to put that in here and pick another one so that I can get a really good variety for my first piece here. Okay, let's draw out. Come on, here's one. Okay, this one is from, oh, this is from Jur. Jur is Little Snippets 1 on YouTube. I will put her link in the description box below as well. And this one says, recycle some paper bags in your project. Whoo, how cool is that? Okay, so there's number 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, great. One more. Alrighty. I can't seem to get a hold of just one. Alright, let's grab this one. Okay, and this one's this one is from Wendy. Oh, nope, sorry. That was from Wendy's, is under there. Hopefully you'll get one from her next time. This is from Jean Rosser, and it says add paint with a credit card. So how pretty is that? So there are my 6 prompts. Set these aside. And so these 6 prompts are what I'm going to be using, and as I said, I will go through them. I will go through them or put them up on the screen whenever I'm getting ready to add that step into my journal page, and I hope you stay with me, and we will talk back at the end. Thank you. Alrighty, here you see me holding up the very first prompt card, and it is use watercolors. So I'm using my pastels. I've never used these for watercolors before, and so I'm going to give that a try. And so I choose a blue and a purple, I believe, for the first 2 colors. And I'm just spraying some water into my little tray that has my pastels in it, and I wet the paper a little bit as well. And there's some blue that I chose, and I'm just getting some color down on the page. Rosa was kind enough to gesso the page for me, so that's already been done. And I just keep kind of going back and forth between the 2 colors, and I really like how these pastels are working to use as watercolors. They're kind of fun. So I forget who was doing this that I saw, or I would put their link in the description box below, but I can't remember who it was. Sorry. So basically just getting some color down on my page as a background. Okay, here you see me using the second prompt, and it's add texture with fabric of any kind from Nanna Taz at It's Nana's Place. So I'm using my Liquitex matte gel medium here, and I've got some linen-like material that was actually just laying on the corner of my desk, so I decided I would tear it up into little small scraps and use that for my fabric texture. And it had uneven edges and threads, sticking out of it, but I went ahead and just stuck those down as well. The little tiny square piece is a different type of material. It's a little bit more fine in texture, but I threw it down there as well. And that one piece down on the bottom corner is really odd shaped and has a lot of strings on it, but I liked that and I just stuck it down the way it was. Making sure it's all adhered really well to the page. And there we have the fabric. And here I am with the third prompt, and this one is from Rosa, and it says add paint with a credit card. So I've chosen a really pretty salmon color here, just acrylic paint, and I'm taking my credit card and just kind of spreading it all over the page randomly. I'm not using any type of pattern or anything like that. I'm just getting some of the salmon color down onto the page and making sure some of it goes over my scraps of fabric. And there we go. Here I decide that I think the piece needs a little bit of stamping, background stamping, so I chose one of my background stamp sets, or a stamp set I should say, from AliExpress. It's got a little tiny music script stamp in it, and I like it. I've used it a couple times already, so I'm just using that very faintly with black Stays On ink around the page, just to give it more interest and break it up a bit. And I continue on here with another little stamp, one of the ones that I purchased at the Dollar Tree, the Hampton Arts stamps, and I chose that little tiny dragonfly. And I just have it on the end of my finger. It works really well. It's such a tiny little stamp that it sticks to the end of my finger, and then I just stamp away. Those little Hampton Art sets, if you were lucky enough to get them in your Dollar Tree, are really nice little stamp sets, and they only had them for a very short time. And there are some dragonflies that I added to it. Okay, and here we go with the fourth prompt card, I believe, and this is from Ina, and I will put her link in the description box below again. And her prompt was use a credit card to make marks. And what I'm using there is a credit card or gift card, of course, but the medium I'm using is some homemade gesso that I made up with some drywall compound that I purchased a really cheap brand of drywall compound just to see how it would make into gesso, and I didn't like it. So I'm just kind of using it up. It does make nice texture. The lines are kind of thick and they stand up from the page, and so made some nice texture here. And there we have the marks with the credit card. Prompt number 5 is from Jur, Little Snippets 1, and it is recycle some paper bags for your project. So I chose a brown paper bag and a white and blue one. There are the flowers that I punched out from the paper bags, and I'm kind of arranging them here, trying to decide how I want them to go, and trying to decide on a focal point. And so I sort of lay them out here. I don't stick them down yet, and I turn out with a photograph, and I'm cutting a mat for the photograph here. And so you'll see that in the little next segment here coming up. Okay, this is the very last prompt here, and it says pick your favorite song, incorporate the title into your title into your artwork. And that was sent to me by Crafty Grandma, and that's the very last prompt. And so what I was able to do, now I don't have these glued down yet, but you saw the little paper bag flowers that I cut out, and all I did was I went around all the edges of the little brown paper bags with black, just a black Sharpie, and I went around all the blue ones with a white Sharpie. So I'm going to put those down, I think kind of in this pattern that I have here. But what I found for my kind of focal image and to finish it off was this photograph. Was a photograph, an old greeting card that I'd had around here forever, and it's this lady with all these cats. And if you follow me, you know that I am a cat lady. I have 2, and one just passed away not too long ago, so I did have 3. But I'm a very great cat lady, and as you can see, what the little saying says is, I get by with a little help from my friends. And that's a Paul McCartney and John Lennon song, a Beatles song. Well, Paul McCartney and John Lennon. Anyway, it's a song that I like. I wouldn't say it's actually my favorite song, but it just really kind of fit, I think, with this piece, because it's for a page in my friend's journal and it was using the prompts that my friends were so kind to send me. And then the little picture with all the cats really meant a lot to me as well. And then of course the song is I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends. So that's the last part of it, and I will go ahead and glue this down and just come back to say goodbye to you real quickly, and then this piece will be done. Okay, all done. And if you're still there, thanks for hanging in with me. I'm really excited how this turned out. I love the little focal image there with the cat lady and all her cats, and I went through all of my prompts and got them all used properly. Let me see if I can grab them and just read them to you one more time. Okay. This one was pick your favorite song, incorporate the title into your artwork. And that was what I did with my I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends by Paul McCartney and John Lennon. This one was recycle paper bags in your project. And that one I used the brown paper bag to cut my little flowers out, and then the white paper bag to cut the little blue flowers out. So that's my paper bag. Oh, I also backed my picture with some brown paper bag. This one was use a credit card to make marks. And so I used my homemade gesso, the one that I was testing out and that I ended up not liking, but it's fine for doing some texture like this on a page. So I put the marks down in white gesso. This one was add paint with a credit card, and so that's where you see the salmon colored, what is this, bright salmon, yes, the salmon colored acrylic paint here in the background where I took the card and just swiped it over. This one was add texture with fabric of any kind, and so that's the little fabric pieces that I put down underneath here. You can't see too much of them anymore, but you can see a little bit of it underneath there. And then the first one was add some watercolor paints, and that's the purple and blue in the very background, and then of course I did add some stamping. So that's it. And like I said, I'm very tickled with how it turned out. I'm very happy to be able to put this in my friend's journal with by using all the prompts that that I received, or not all of them of course, but by using the prompts that I got in my 500 subbie challenge giveaway. And so as I said, thank you once again for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all my new subbies. I appreciate you watching and commenting especially, and giving me a thumbs up. I thank you very much, and that is so much appreciated. And so until I visit with you next time, God bless you. Bye.